Hello viewers, recently I came across a video in which a psychologist has provided a very unique dating advice for both men and women, and I could not help but make this reaction video because I think there's a lot of unique information in this video and I want to provide my opinion as a psychiatrist as well as my personal opinion. So without further ado, let's get started.
I've worked with thousands of men in my private practice and in my consultations. And men fall in love with strippers, men fall in love with prostitutes, men fall in love with women with personality disorders every single day. Why is that? Is it because these women love them so much? Is it because they're kind? Is it because they're supportive or virtuous? No, it's because they fuck these men to the point where their brains start to melt. Okay?
Alrighty then, so it started off very strong, started off on a strong note. What I'd like to say is that, yeah, men may fall in love for the time being with strippers and all those kind of women, but I don't see men marrying strippers or prostitutes. Like, I haven't seen a rich guy marrying any of those women, even women with personality disorders. Men love to have sex with them, yes, but after having sex with them for so long, they just stop seeing them. Since I am a psychiatrist, I've talked to a lot of men as well as women too. They just say that sex is not worth it because of all the extra baggage that comes with it. Because men also want peace and men also want stability in their life.
When a man has brain melting, face skewing, life altering sex, it's like a drug. And it's like all that guy can think about. And that guy isn't gonna just hit and quit a woman who does the freaky nasty shit for him because he knows he can't get that on any street corner.
Okay, so what I have to say is that if a man is getting it from a prostitute or from a girl that is carrying a lot of extra baggage, like a personality disorder, definitely he's not going to hit and quit. No, he will keep coming back. He will keep coming back for years and years. He will not forget it. But will he marry or commit to that girl? Will that be enough for him to look past all the other things and marry and commit to that girl? I doubt it.
I think the question all men want to know, it's a very basic one, is what do women want? It's a very heavy one. There's a lot to it, right?
There is a lot to that. That was the greatest mystery to Freud and the fathers of psychology. The true and unsatisfying answer is women want what they want. And the secondary to that is women want what other women want. Often women want what other women want more than they want what's best for themselves.
I kind of partially disagree with him. A man becomes more desirable in the eyes of other women when he has a very high value woman. Even if women don't see much in him, but he has a beautiful, very high value woman next to him, his status in the eyes of all other women do go up. Partly, yeah, when he's saying that women want what other women want, I don't know if that makes it true or not, but a man's status go up when he is with a hot girl, for sure. I just don't think a woman want what other women want is fully true because we all are different and some women have different types and they want different things. Some women put extra emphasis on materialistic things. Some women go more for personality. Some women go for lifestyles.
A woman can get any man she wants.
How to get any man you want. Yes,
Yeah.
and it's geared towards women. It's
And there are three steps to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a fact and all women know that they can get any man to sleep with them. But having a man to commit to you is a different story.
Talk to me about that.
Sure. First of all, I'll go a little bit more what I say in those three videos because this is important. There are two general approaches to dating, and I call them hunting and fishing. Hunting is where you can target a very specific person for a potential relationship and, pursue that one person. Fishing is more or less you cast a wide net and you develop optionality, and you choose the best option that also has already chosen you. And I think it's actually in most women's best interests to hunt.
I actually really like how he explained it, and I agree. Women should hunt. They should narrow down their target and whoever they like, and they should put all their focus and attention on that man. And usually there's very high chances that it's going to work.
Women can hunt in the dating market much better than men can.
This is a fact. And most women don't get rejected when they are hunting.
All-time favorite psychological studies took place on a college campus a few decades ago. And the researchers were trying to examine men and women's differential attitudes towards casual sex. And what they did is they got an attractive young college man and an attractive young college woman, and they basically memorized the same script and went up to members of the opposite sex on campus. And the script was basically like, hey, I've seen you around school. I think you're very attractive. Would you like to come to bed with me? Women are always saying, I want an honest guy. I want a guy to tell me what his true intentions are. This is about as honest and true as a guy can get.
So there's a difference between honesty and disrespect. I've seen a lot of time people will say any kind of thing, very disrespectful, hurtful things, and then they will rationalize or justify it by saying, I'm just being honest, or I just want to speak my mind. No, you cannot speak your mind. No one should always speak your mind. You have to make sure it's like socially appropriate and it's respectful. Let's see what happened with the experiment.
How many women do you think responded yes to that overture?
Oh, they're all going to say no.
100%.
I would be extremely surprised even if 0.1% said yes. I would be like shocked.
100% of the women approached, that's a 0% success rate, said they were not interested. In fact, many of them got offended and angry.
Exactly. That's very disrespectful.
The supposition.
And what happened with the women?
When the woman approached men, 75% said yes.
Only 75.
Well, that's probably because the other 25%.
I exactly thought, like, why only 75? Why not 99.99%?
We're looking for where the hidden camera was, because this was such a strange and unusual circumstance.
Yeah, and maybe they were like in relationships and they were being loyal to their partner. Who knows?
The fact of the matter is that most women could just go up to a guy and offer to initiate a sexual relationship, and she is overwhelmingly likely to get a positive response.
Yes, that's like, we all know that.
Now, women generally respond, well, Orion, that's just sex. I don't want to just have a sexual relationship with a guy. I want to have an emotional relationship. I want to have a committed relationship. And I say, okay, that's fine. But how else are you going to get the foot in the door? It's like, you have to understand women.
He's talking about foot in the door technique that is in psychology. I'm pretty sure some of you know that you ask for a little thing at first and then ask for a bigger thing, and they are more likely to give you that bigger thing if they have given you a little thing.
The Trojan horse that gets you into the gates of the city. That's what allows men to open up and let you in. Now, if they let you in and then they just kick you out, well, that was a blown opportunity. Like, once you're in, there are things that you can and should do to stay there. But you can't do those things until he lets you in. And the way to be let in to the gates of the city is to provide a sexual opportunity. And most men are willing to have sex with most women.
I don't know. Okay, let's hear more, but seems like he's telling women to play with fire.
The converse is certainly not true. That's why women can hunt, and that's why women should hunt. They should target specific men. They should do their research. They should try to do as much stalking, broadly defined on their target as possible.
No, I like this idea of hunting, and I think women should, when they like a guy, they should focus on that guy and narrow it down to that guy. And I think it's good for other things also, with your career, if you want to buy something. I think hunting always works well. That's my go-to. I always hunt. I'm not talking about guys, like in my career, if I'm buying a house, if I'm buying a car, I just narrow down to my target and just focus on one thing and one target, and usually it does always give me good results. So yeah, he has a point.
Once a woman has decided that this is the man that she would like to target for a relationship, there's a few things that she has to do. One is she needs to make it clear that she is open to a sexual relationship, that she is not going to put up much resistance at all.
Actually, she does not even have to make it clear. Yeah, she can. Usually men always make the first move, and she just doesn't have to resist that much. She doesn't have to do anything. Being a woman, I know like men always make the first move, or 90% of the time men do make the first move. So she just have to not show resistance according to his advice.
There's a kind of an art to this. If a woman just kind of goes up to a guy and says, I'm yours,
I can tell like a guy is talking, because women don't do that.
it's going to be kind of unusual, and it's going to make the guy potentially standoffish. So women have to like put themselves in front of the guy, just like in olden days, where they would kind of drop the handkerchief and bend over.
I think maybe women are becoming this aggressive, but who knows? But I really don't think they are. So they're still the same.
And the guy would be like, my lucky day, you know? We often think of men initiating, but often women initiate the initiation. You understand?
Yeah, that I do agree. Like women want a guy to initiate. So they give the green light for the man to initiate.
And if a woman is just waiting for a guy to do that and she's not initiating the initiation, I don't have a lot of sympathy, because she's sitting on this incredible gender-specific success rate that has to do with initiation, okay? So a woman needs to make it clear that she is open to a sexual relationship with a guy, because that's the Trojan horse to get into the city. And in general, to keep a man, it's important for a woman to not just offer a sexual opportunity, but to be the nastiest, sluttiest version of herself possible. And there's a number of good reasons for why this is true.
His theory has some major flaws. Let's hear more, and I'm going to share my opinion.
First of all, and foremost, men, whether or not it's true, but it's mostly true, men gauge a woman's interest and attraction in him by what she is willing to do with him sexually. It's been very well documented, and I think all men understand.
And I think that fact, a woman's most precious commodity is herself, so her physicality. So if she is giving herself physically to a man, she's invested and she's investing in him. And the same thing is true for men. It's a little different. If a man is investing in a woman, he's investing through resources, lifestyle, money, gifts. So that's how a man invests.
This on like a gut level, that women will do more things faster in the bedroom with men that they like and they're attracted to than with men that they are not.
That's very common sense and true.
And so when a woman is the nastiest, sluttiest version of herself possible, what she's functionally communicating with her behavior, which is the only thing that really matters, not with her words, but with her actions, that you are the most desirable man I've ever met. And I am willing to break the rules for you that I strongly and rigidly enforce with all other men. And that's going to play to a man's ego, which is a trap for men, but women should absolutely use that to their advantage whenever possible.
What he's saying is that like just completely give yourself fully. So the thing is that most women are chasing top 10% of guys, or they will stay single. So that's what dating is like. And those top 10% of guys have lot of options. Most of those top 10% of guys are in anywhere between like 35 to 60, and women 18 to like 90-year-olds are chasing them. So they have so many options. And if a woman is trying this thing with one of those guys who has so many options, just offering like herself physically, intimately, I don't want to repeat those words, I'm pretty sure you understand what he's saying, but if she is going to do that, and since he has so many other options, of course there's a very high chances that he can use her in that way. It doesn't work. Like he can enjoy all that and still doesn't commit to her. It's like he's telling women to play with fire, or he's telling women to make a very risky investment. For example, he is advising women to risk like their house, their car, all the money they have, and invest it in cryptos, okay? Invest it in Bitcoin, everything they have. And then just hope that it can either blow up or you can end up losing everything. If a girl is doing that, it is a major risk she's taking. And I assume if she's doing that between age 18 to 29, and he will mention it too, when a woman is in her prime, her market value is very high during that time. She's wasting her prime years on a guy who may not commit to her. So if she's doing that, fine, but she should not do it for more than a year if he's not committing to her. Also, if she's giving her physically so openly to that man, there are very high chances that if the man doesn't commit to her, she may end up getting seriously hurt.
That's going to make the man feel like he's a king of the boudoir. He's going to feel like, and it's going to put him in his masculine. All good things, because when a man is put into his masculine and he feels that there is a beautiful woman who is sexually submissive to him, it triggers his instinct to protect and to provide.
Yeah, that is a fact.
How does that not redound to the woman's benefit? You know what I'm saying?
I see women even get married to men, and they are not doing things in bedroom that their men want them to do. And that I just don't understand. I think if a woman is not doing reasonable things, of course, if he's making some very unreasonable demands, I can understand. But within reason, if he's making some demands in the bedroom, a wife should do it, because if she's not doing it, she is leaving her marriage in a very vulnerable position. Because I've seen men, then they do cheat with prostitutes and strippers and all kinds of women, then they end up cheating. They do love their wives, but those needs to be met. And there are some guys who just cheat for no reason, but there are some guys, if their wives would do everything, may not cheat, but since they are not doing it, they will cheat.
Actually a very easy con. On the part of the women.
I don't know a guy that wouldn't fall for that.
It's very hard to do, man. So by being the nastiest, sluttiest version of yourself possible, women are communicating that I'm willing to break the rules for you because I'm putting you above all other men, which is going to stimulate his ego and put him into that position. Now, that's also going to keep him coming back. You have to understand that.
Yeah, that is important, but that's not the only thing. And he's going to say that too.
Sex in today's marketplace is extremely cheap. It's cheap because sex must now precede commitment. There's a whole other spiel I can give you about why that's the case, but let's table that for now because I still want to answer your question.
That's changed since our parents' generation, perhaps.
It's changed in the last 60 years, and the main instigator of the change was birth control. 2-minute sidebar. The reason why commitment had to precede sex for so long is because the threat of pregnancy always loomed large. And in that day, it was extremely difficult, if not impossible, for a woman to earn her own money and to survive in society without the protection or provision of a man or a governmental program that served as its surrogate. And all of those things have changed.
I don't think it's only birth control. It's definitely government supporting single mothers, and men have to provide child support and getting financially independent.
There's no reason why a non-stripper / prostitute / borderline couldn't learn to do some of the things in the bedroom that these women tend to do and to get men obsessed with them. Okay?
I don't know. I'm like kind of speechless here. He's like asking a lot from women. A lot. Like women have to do all these things, and the man hasn't even made commitment yet. He isn't even committed to her yet, and she's just doing everything. It's just like too much. This is not in a girl's best interest. Do it at your own risk. I cannot support it.
Into his life, and you're also the best sexual partner he's probably ever had.
That man is never gonna fucking leave you. If you fuck his brains out, don't cause problems, and help him.
Don't cause problems. I just don't understand. This is like definitely not reality based. Like he's in a fantasy land. Women are also humans. We have emotions. Maybe one day she doesn't like something. She get upset, overwhelmed, angry. She cannot be perfect at all times. So what he's saying that just be perfect at all times and he'll pick you.
You can get any man that you want and keep him if you do those things. He could be a millionaire, he could be a billionaire, he could be an athlete, he could be a celebrity, he could be a neurosurgeon.
That's not a reality-based advice. Let's see if he says it worked or not.
Rock star, whatever floats your boat. That's what you do.
But there's still one thing a woman can do to screw it up.
Yes, so women got in touch with me and they said, Orion, I tried all those things and it still didn't work. And I believed them.
Thank God for believing them, because it's very likely that women will do all those things and it still don't work.
Do those things. I mean, there are certainly some women out there, I mentioned some of them, who know exactly what sexual buttons to push in a man to turn him into jelly. And they are great with, let's say, the love bombing, and they show up and they over-deliver with what they're willing to do in the context of that relationship. Maybe they don't do it quite long enough to really be fully integrated into his lifestyle.
Like how long he's talking about.
A lot of women, unfortunately, can snatch defeat from the jaws of success by doing one thing. And that one thing is disrespecting men. This is what I call the unbreakable rule. A woman can never, ever, ever allow herself to disrespect the man that she wants to be in a long-term committed relationship with.
I do agree with that. I think respect is very important. And for a woman who is in a relationship, it's important for her to respect her man. And I think that's when she is most attracted to her man. If she disrespecting her man and he is accepting it, she will lose attraction to that man. So respect is important.
And there's a number of reasons for that. But one of the least appreciated ones is that if a woman allows herself to disrespect this man and he allows that as well, then over time, the dynamic of that relationship will shift to the point where that woman is functionally with a shell of a man that is no longer a person that she can respect or be attracted to.
I think for women, it's respect and attraction are very, very intermingled together. So when she respects a man, she's attracted to him. And when she loses respect for her man, she loses all attraction. I mentioned gender roles before, and I do agree, like both men and women are happiest and most attracted to each other when a man is leading, is in the leadership role, or he's leading his family and his women. Both men and women are the most attracted to each other, and that family unit works the best. The next part of the video is when he gives advice to men. My video is already getting too long, so please let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you want me to make a reaction video of the next half also. In the end, I will say that he's asking too much from women. It's good to hunt a man, to narrow down on your search and to focus on a specific man. One thing I will say say about intimacy. A lot of women think that if they withhold intimacy, they will become more attractive to the man. But this is not true. Like, if you are feeling it, if you are very attracted to him, if the moment is right, if the vibe is there, it's okay to sleep with him even after the first date. There's no such rule. Like Steve Harvey says, you have to sleep with the guy after 90 days. There's no such thing. Your value will not go down in the eyes of a man if you do it on the first night. I've seen so many couples in which the girls have slept with the guys in the first night and then now they are happily married together. So men usually go to dates with that goal in mind, and if it happens, they are always happy. Don't stop yourself, and also please don't withhold intimacy in a relationship and make it a power dynamic or to gain power or control, because that just backfires. That leaves your relationship in a very vulnerable position. So these are a couple of my advices for women, but if you're taking his advice, you are opening yourself up for very major heartache and a lot of damage if the guy doesn't end up committing to you. Thank you, viewer, for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and comment on my channel. It helps my small channel a lot, and I will see you next time.